just ran in, just sitting here. We have got some things to do today. So welcome. Literally, I was just running over here. So if you're on the replay, you're probably like, what is this crazy person? She's just like all over the place. But anyway, I'm Chantel. This is my live stream on Fridays at 2 o'clock is when we do live streams. We'll see if we can get through it without dogs barking, but I doubt it. I'm sure someone's going to go crazy. I've got some things to share, some pretty fun things, and I've been kind of flitting around, or whatever the word is, today, because I've got a new thing that we're going to talk about. Hey, Tammy's Crafty Life, welcome. Hi, April. Happy Friday. I've got just new stuff. I don't even know what kind of organization I got. Thanks, Debbie. We've got some people joining us. Hi, hello, Nicole. So anyway, we have a new thing, and I'm literally gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna. Oh, hi. This is Loki. He thinks I talked to him. So anyway, maybe he'll go away. I'll show you the parts. We got parts and pieces. We're gonna build this today, but first I'm gonna go through some whips and an announcement, and all the fun things. So welcome everyone. Welcome. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. So exciting. Okay. Where to start? I'm going to start with my whips and what I have going on. We had talked about, well, let's go with this one first. There's one that I'm over the moon excited about. I can't even, but we're going to start with this one. So in my Halloween bag, I had the costume party. Okay, it launched. I'm sure you've all seen it already, but all the costume party stuff went live over the weekend, and we were partying and having fun, and all the stitching was going on, and I got a lot of it done. I squirreled off to something else, but I will get back, and this will be finished up this week. So I'm super excited with how it came together. I still have to do my back stitching, and that Y is it needs to get ripped out and fixed. But I still just have to do the back stitching on it and the little orange underneath here, and it's done. So what the costume party was, if you aren't familiar with it, Kathy from Hands On Designs and some other small business people put together a chart and a lot of goodies to go with it to do a full finish, and it was a mystery. So we all signed up for it about a month or so ago, and then on the 1st of September we got the first part. Then on the 3rd we got the second part of the chart. The chart got emailed to us, and then on the 5th we got the last part, and we were able to get it all stitched up. And I had ordered some fabric because the fabric came from Fabrics by Stephanie, but it was a little too small. I couldn't see it. I tried. So I just switched over and used some Lugana that I had. So I believe this is, I don't know, Silver Mist maybe, 25 count Lugana. And this is really new for me. So that was exciting, and it went a lot faster than I thought it was going to go. My problem now, let me show you the floss. So we also all got these. Now, if you didn't get in on this, you might be thinking, how do I do that? That was so cute. I love Costume Party, and it was super cute, and you probably will want it. So on September 21st, Kathy said that she will have the chart live for just purchasing. So you can get just the chart that date, and yeah, you'll want to get it because it's a really cute one. And the other bummer that I have, I don't know that it's a bummer. This is going to be tight. I bought the board. Let me get my things out of my bag so I can focus on what we're doing here. Okay. So the board came from April Whitaker of Homestead Needleworks. Love this board. It's fun. It's a little different than what I do. It came painted, and it's a really nice slate gray. So it's just a really nice, great basic shape. I've cut a piece of the press-on board that I feel is a good size for mounting my finished stitch. Now that I have it finished, it's gonna kind of go on that. So I feel like I've got a good size there. But as you can see, because I did the 25 count, my press-on board goes right out to the edge of my board. I'm gonna go ahead and use it anyway, but a lot of everyone else's were in smaller because they were stitching on smaller count. So that's where I'm at with that. I just have to get it put back together, decide which rickrack I'm using. This came from Lady Dot Creates. All the fun little rickrack and all the other things that went along with it. Super fun. I would grab it costume party from Hands On Design. Adorable. Then the next WIP. So I was talking about in the month of September, because a lot of people do sampler September, spooky September. Some people are doing where you're stitching on either Halloween, or perhaps you're stitching on one project like a sampler size that you can dedicate the time to it. My intention was to do, I'm drawing a blank. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm thinking. Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. I heard you all. Okay. Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. That was my intention to stitch. And I got a pretty good, and I might even be able to get to it. But then and I don't have the chart here to show you what the whole thing looks like. I don't. Okay. Next, I'll put a picture somewhere or something. But then I started I shared it a few episodes back. This is how crazy I am today, you guys. So anyway, but you know, that doesn't surprise you. I started working on Teresa Kogut's Beauty Fades, and I wanted to make this for my daughter, my oldest daughter. She's 35. She has 3 small children. She has a sweet house that she's doing all of those mom things that a lot of us already have done. She's in that season of life, and it's precious to watch her go through this and to see all of these things and see her raising these children and being obedient to God, and how she's raising those children, and she's raising them up to love Jesus the same as she does. And this Beauty Fades chart just really hit me hard, as that I want that for her and for her house. And I wish I had the chart to show you. I have all the chart, but I don't have the cover picture to show you. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, good. Okay, because I got to explain it to you. In Teresa Kogut's Patreon, she released this when she hit 1,000 members in her Patreon group. She released this chart to us. A lot of people requested it since then, so she did add it to her Patreon shop, I believe she said. So you can join Patreon. Just go to Teresa Kogut's Patreon. You can join that, and you'll have access to this chart if you'd like to get it. But it is this sampler that she did, and it's Beauty Fades is the name. I'll hold it here. So, and that's cross stitch chart, Beauty Fades. This is what it looks like. And it says, youth is fleeting and beauty fades, but a woman who fears the Lord shall be praised. And it's got this girl with the Bible and the little house and the church and a school, all the things. Oh, Stitching Granny of 17 said, oh, you made it to the live. I thought, are you saying you made the chart already, or you made it to the live? Anyway, it's so much my daughter Alexis that and she even has a dog. Okay, just had to do it. And I am one of those people who puts sentiment into everything, into numbers, into things like this. So even those 3 roses at the top spoke to me, because she has 3 children. She is one of 3. She has 2 sisters that are twins. So that's these dueling roses. It just has a lot of symbolism, right? So I started it. And I had to make one change. And that is, I'm also going to jump into Colorado Cross Stitchers Sampler September Cross Stitch Camp, or Cross Stitch Sampler Camp, because you are supposed to do a sampler and make a change to it and make it personal. So I made a change to this, and I took out this part right here with the alphabet. I love it. It's beautiful, but I left it out for a couple reasons. One of them was Alexis doesn't have a lot. She's not a cross stitcher. So the alphabet and the sampler portion of it isn't that meaningful. So she would like just the other portions of it. And the other reason is, one, I also want to get it done. I don't want to be working on it forever and a day. And I thought, well, I'll help myself out and eliminate some stitches. And then the other reason was my fabric wasn't big enough. So bottom line, that's where it fell down to. Anyway. Let me show you what I've got started. So I started it on 25 count Lugana, and here it is. I started with the roses and got going on those, and then I just couldn't stand it. I had to get down there and stitch her. I am obsessed with this. And, oh, and I just love it. Aren't the roses so pretty? It's all DMC. I've run out of a color because I'm kind of a wasteful stitcher, I guess. So I need to go get some more. I ran out of some of the color in the roses, but I need to get going and finish the roses and then finish her up. And then I've got enough space down here to get the other parts. Maybe I had enough space for all of it, but I don't think I do. So that's my current WIP, and it's going to be the WIP I'm going through the rest of September with now in Sampler September. I might throw a couple other things in, but this is my focus piece. So it's different from anything I've done before, and I'm feeling just really a lot. And I've got it in one of these Starry Owl Stitchery bags that I got, which is so pretty. I love it. The other thing that I'll show you, here's all the floss for this. Let me put it up against something. Anyway, there's all the colors. And this is on one of the new floss flower dials, like the boho flower, that I just added in. It's not added into our Etsy shop. What it is it's a freebie. Okay, so that'll take us into the next thing. Those are the only two WIPs I have. I have one more, but that's a different thing. But that's my two WIPs. I'm so excited. And I'm excited to be stitching on 25 count. It is a little bit big, but you know, I would do 14 is what I've been doing. So I'm excited. When will I show you? Oh, the bows. Yes, I will show you the bows. I'll do the bows this week. Okay, back to she was just asking when I'll show the bows. The dial, the boho flower. This is a freebie all this month. We also started getting the charts in that I purchased when I participated in the expo. I didn't get a lot, just from a few different people. Some of the charts that I'm working on and doing different, that I'm creating things for, they didn't ask me to. I just like them, so I thought it would be fun to do. And so if you purchase a chart in our shop, this is just going in as a freebie right now. It's just one per order. So if you purchase 5 charts, it's still just gonna be one. But and I'm trying to get, if it's just a chart order, I'm trying to get those same day shipping. If I can get it out, it's going out same day, or for sure the next day if it's just a chart order. If you have wood pieces in your order, that does take more the 5 to 7 business days, because we've got a lot of cutting and things and sanding and prep work to those. But the charts I can get out right away. But you get one of those floss flowers, and this is what it looks like. It holds 16. This particular pattern had 15, but and all I do was take a pencil and just put the numbers on the back in pencil. That way I can either just sand it off or just erase it back off. And you could even just write on the back, in pencil, what the name of the chart is that goes with those. So that's the boho floss style. And I wanted to also talk to you about this little guy. Yes, and then we're going to get into our special thing. Oh no, we have 2 special things. Okay, let's talk about this first, get these out of the way, then we're going to move on to announcement. So this was the small, I introduced these, there's 3 of them, in the second Halloween parade. Okay, it's this adorable little shiplap frame. This is the smallest size, and it finishes up so cute with the 9 patch from, what should I get? Primrose Cottage Stitches. I had these ready to go, so I thought I'd show you the next 2 I was going to finish, because I'm going to just finish one in each. I'm not going to take it out of the frame. I glued that right down into the frame, and I didn't use any fabric on this. I just took it right out there. The frame is my color, and so I thought I'd show you some measurements for that particular guy as far as matting it and what I did to do these, because this literally took me, this is a great gift idea for you guys. This took me 2.5 hours, and that was from stitching it, painting it, matting it, and gluing the whole thing together. 2.5 hours is that project. It's a very, very quick project for everything. But this one is ready to go, and so is September. This one's just stitched on white. This one is on that pine board from Fabric Flair. And what I do is I use the press-on board, and the square is cut to 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I do put some batting on it because I like the little bit of a puff to it. Then I just put that guy right on the top, and I'll usually just hold it up to the light so that I can see through it. Then I start with the corners and I glue them down in the backs like this first, and then on all four, and then I come in and do one side this way, one side that way, and then do the corners. Then that fits perfectly inside the little tiny small opening. So those are the measurements for that. Just thought I'd share it because I had it here, a couple of them ready to go. And I'll tell you another little secret. Maybe this is not, maybe this isn't kosher, but it works great. Okay, and it says it's acid free, so I guess I don't understand why it wouldn't be. But what I do for putting these on, and because someone had asked in the questions, you know, they have trouble getting it lined up so that it doesn't, so it's like off to one side, and I think I do pretty good. Sometimes it'll get a little bit off. I do kind of count. That might be going a little crooked. I try my best. But what I do sometimes, especially if it's a much bigger piece, is I spritz a little bit of the basting spray, you know, that sticky basting stuff. I spritz a little bit on there. And that way it's back to like that stickiness, right? And it gets me a little bit of sticky, but not a lot of bit of sticky. So I have just enough wiggle room to kind of shimmy it around and then push it down, and then it stays in place. So that's between you and me. Like I said, don't know if that's a kosher thing, but it did say it's acid free on the bottle, so I'm thinking it's okay for my stitches. Okay, next I have an announcement, then I have a new product. Okay, for this announcement, I want you to chime in on this, that everybody's handling it, understanding and what I'm saying, and I'm not being crazy. As you can see, I'm wearing my vintage Meowie Christmas sweatshirt because last time we had talked about an ornament project. Like I wanted to do some ornaments and make sure we had ornaments ready to go for us this year, because a lot of the stitching comes in with as ornaments. I was going to make some shapes. Well, I had so many. I had a whole bunch of different shapes, different ideas, different this, that, and the other thing that I was working on, that I decided I didn't want to just pick one style. I didn't want to pick even just a couple styles. I decided I wanted to pick 10. So what I did was I pulled 10 ornament styles together, and I've created a box or kit, as you would call it, I suppose, that is the Mystery Make-Along set for 2022 Ornament Edition. This is on sale now in our Etsy shop, okay? So the Mystery Make-Along set has 10 mystery ornaments. They'll be a surprise to you. I'm pretty sure you're going to like them. There's 10 ornaments in there. There's also a couple little other embellishment things in the kit. It will be available for pre-order today through September 30th to pre-purchase them. Then on October 7th, I'm mailing them all out and it's closed. Through the month of October, what we're going to do is in here in the live and on Instagram, we're going to start sharing all of our finishing ideas for the make-along on these ornaments. Is it all making sense? Got it? So it's $38.95 because it also includes free shipping. There's 10 ornament shapes in the kit, plus a couple other little embellishments. And the model stitchers are currently shipping in ornament parts and pieces. These ornaments, I mean, some of them are about this size, to give you an idea. They're about this size, okay? So you should start looking for maybe just parts of a chart that you really like, a Santa face or whatever. I know there's so much out there, but lots of different parts of charts will be good. Anything that you would think of as being a real small is going to fit on some of these shapes and sizes that'll be coming to you in the box October 7th. We'll keep talking about it. I will continue sharing about it, but I wanted to announce it here and let you guys get at it first. When you order it in the Etsy shop, it does have free shipping with it. So just order just that, because then it won't get bogged down into the other queue, into the queue with the other things. I've got to adjust the shipping now that I'm talking about that, because I've got to adjust the shipping that it's going to leave on the 7th. So it's not like a 2-week thing. If depending on when you buy it, it's going to leave on October 7th. That way everyone will start getting them about the same time, and then we'll start finishing them. I'll have lots of wonderful inspiration for you, I promise. So that's the ornament project. So it's a Mystery Make-Along 2022 Ornament Edition. I'm super excited. Super excited. If you have any questions about the ornament edition, just put them in the comments and I'll be sure to get there and answer them. Okay, the last thing that we have to discuss today, thanks Tammy's Crafting Leaf. I do think it sounds fun. But the last thing we have to chat about today is a new product that, okay, literally made it yesterday. All right, so this is me sharing a prototype with you, but I'm pretty confident with it and I'm excited about it. So it's not in the Etsy shop yet, but it will be very soon. And like by very soon, like I mean like tomorrow, because I want a little thing. The number one request piece this year, when you guys are, and asking, making comments in my thing, is, I keep hearing it over and over and over again, is Tiny Town. Okay, so let's talk Tiny Town right now. If you are not familiar with Tiny Town, these charts did come in and they will be in the shop this afternoon. I just kind of held it because it's going to be, actually it's going to go in collaboration with this piece. What it is, it's a series that Heart and Hand does. I'll hold it this way so you can see, of these adorable, basically little tiny towns, right? This is the Halloween edition. On the back of this one, you get to see this is Blooming Tiny Town. And there's, some people make them into this cute drum and it mats on this. And this is what it looks like for the new one, the brand new one. I think there's a Christmas one. There's a patriotic one maybe. And I keep hearing this, okay? Tiny Town, Tiny Town. I need something to put Tiny Town on. So I found something yesterday and it struck me and I went, that's screaming Tiny Town to me right there. That is screaming Tiny Town. So I cut it and I'm like, okay, it's still screaming Tiny Town. I love it. But then I thought I got to go one more step because I don't even have a Tiny Town yet. I got to get Stitch in this. So I know how big it is for sure. And, oh yes, the hashtag. There is a hashtag. The hashtag for the Mystery Make-Along is 141 Mystery Make-Along 2022, I believe. I'll put it on I'll post it on Instagram. So, what else do you have to do all night long, right? But stitch. So I started Stitch in Tiny Town and had to I started over here and just had to I started stitching it and I'm like, I can do this. Then at about here I went, I can't do this. I'm tired. So I'm like, okay, I got to get to the end so I can just get some measurements and some size. So I just went really quick and stitched the bottom parts like a little tiny start on all the houses so I could get to that last tree. So this is my new start, as last night at about 7:30. Worked on it till maybe 12:30. And it's on a fabric flare. Is the mystery tags? Yes, the mystery tag stitch along is in the shop now. It looks like an ornament. It's red and it has an ornament with a lot of question marks on it. That's, I got a friend who's making me a little bit different logo, but that's the logo we got for right now. We're working on it. It's a work in progress, but I wanted to have it available for you to purchase. I'm pretty sure it's there. Double check. I'm pretty sure. So I got that far. I'm using some mostly called for colors, but I had to grab some from my stash because, like I said, I was just pulling as I went last night, and I put it on this 14 count fabric flare. I forgot the name of it, but it has all this cool spots and everything in it. Crack me up because my husband, of course, you probably do this too, where you go take stuff to your husband or kids or whoever who doesn't necessarily stitch, and you're like, look it, and they're like, that's nice, they don't get it, but you guys do, so that's why I'm here. They're like, that's nice. You know, and of course I show it to him. I'm like, look, look, look how it's coming. And he's like, what the heck did you spill all over that? I'm like, it is supposed to be that way. And I purposefully started way down here so that I could make sure I had some of it in there. Anyway, it's a long story. But let me show you. No further ado, because we're going to glue this together. This is the display piece. What do you think? Sorry, I'm behind it. You probably can't hear me. What do you think? That's the display piece. What the display piece has is this particular board, and I've got it painted in a dark gray. That is tarnished silver from Bungalow 47. The base is painted in lap post. I distressed it. Yep, did this about 2 hours ago. And this size, where am I? Oh, here it is. So this size, that's the board that my tiny town will fit on, and it will go right there. I went back and forth, you know, in the couple hours that I was doing this fast, you guys, fast. I was so excited. It was just like, it's coming together. It does have a lot of room to it. This is for 14 count. If you're doing it on smaller, your tiny town is going to be smaller. That might help you add that extra little house in if you need to. So you might want to work on some measurements. But where I left it at this size for was because it also will work for if you want to do 4 up of some of the Lori Holt stitching cards and you want to do those horizontally, they'll fit on here. Okay? And these little notches, I'm loving it too. Thank you guys. Fit inside this little stand right here. See the notch right here and the notch right there? So it goes up on your shelf and that just pops right in there like that. So in the shop, when I get this all ironed out, I gotta take pictures. You know the drill. I just couldn't wait. I know. I should have waited till I had all my ducks in a row, but you know, there's just about 2 more ducks I got to grab and get together, and then it's ready for you guys to buy. But I know I love to tell you guys, you know, I like to share because you know what I'm talking about. So what it'll be is your first initial one that you purchase, you get all the parts to build your stand and one of these boards. Then after that, you already have your stand. So just this board will be sold separately. And I brought pieces in here because if you want to hang out with me for just a few minutes, I'm going to build one while we chat. And if you have more questions, I gotta turn it. I gotta post you down. Let me move back. All right, let's talk about. Here it is again. The board. You could. I think there's space here. Let me put this just a minute. It's tight. It's tight. But I think you have space to be able to put one tiny town on one side and then one tiny town on the other side. But I haven't fully finished that on there. It might get a little too tight for fitting back here, you know, because the stitch is going to hit this backer board that's holding it together. We'll keep playing with that. But here's the design. Your kit will come with 3 of these long pieces and 2 of these pieces with notches and 2 of these without notches, and then this piece. Okay, we don't have to really do anything with that piece. That is what it is. So, but we do need to build our stand, and I want to show you how we're going to do that and how we build it. This piece, this is your little dealy bopper, your little A-frame stand on one side, and then you're going to have one on the other side. We got to glue these together. When we're gluing them together, though, there's slots in them. We want to make sure that they're going to match. And I'm going to have directions with this one, okay? But we're just building it today. I like to use this glue, Tight Bond, Quick and Thick. And it's very thick, so we'll get it going here. And the reason why I like to use this glue is because it glues up very fast, very quick. I use it on the majority of my pieces. So what we're going to do is we're going to I'm going to put it on this piece, just a little bit here, because I don't want to put any on the piece where these are going to show. And then we're going to lay that on top of this one and hold it up because we're gluing them flush. We're making a little pocket there, and the little spots for the things to go in. I just hold it like a little finger vise for a few minutes, and I like to kind of stand them so that I can like hold it and just kind of run my fingers along there, making sure that I'm getting a nice smooth fit. I'll be able to paint the edges of this and distress it later, and then do a little finger clamp. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, apologize about that. The little people were here this week and I got a cold. But that's all it is. I'm feeling good otherwise. So we've got one done. I'm going to lay that down so that will set up. Let's do our other one. Now when we're doing these, we got to make sure that we're doing them the same, right? So that the longer, because the one's on one side, one's on the other. So we don't glue them the wrong way. And I'm also thinking about how I'm gonna, we may mark them like glue, like a sticker, like when I put a sticker on the inside edges to help you know on this one, because I want you to be able to put this together properly, but it's super easy. So we do the second one. I'm gonna hold these, you guys, and just kind of let them set up for a minute. I can answer some questions. If you have more questions regarding the make-along, the ornament make-along, I probably will sneak a couple, you know, sneak peeks in for you guys as time goes on. But they're good ones. And they don't all, it's not like it's a theme, so it doesn't all go together. Okay, I'm going to set those on top of each other. One moment, please. I'm back. Yep, I'm in my fancy sweats. Sorry about that. I had to get a Kleenex and wipe my nose. Should keep Kleenex with me. So sorry. So those are together. Now we're going to glue these pieces in place down here at the bottom. And I'm just going to stick a couple, like a little dab here in the bottom. That spot, this spot. And this is just my craft mat that I use. It's an old one. It's cut through in a lot of spots. I glue on it. Yeah, all the things. It's all warped. It's a good one for doing this on. Put a little glue here, a little glue here. I don't use hot glue with wood. I use the wood glue when I'm gluing the things together. So that builds our base. Just hold those together. Let those glue up. One moment. I got glue all over my mat too, which wipes off. And then this final piece goes in the slot in the back. Come here, Happy. You want to say hi? Or Loki? This is Happy. Come here, Happy. This is Happy. This is Loki. Happy's a standard poodle. Loki's a pit bull. He's my buddy. Hi. Hi. He's a sweetheart. Okay, it's pretty well glued up. That's how easy your stand will go together. For this one, I'm going to recommend build your stand first, then I would just spray paint it. It'll be the easiest way to paint it. You can spray paint it and distress it, and then you've got your board for putting it all together. Let's see if I can put this together. So, sorry, I have a cold. What do you guys think? Is it good? Does it work? I'm excited. I'm excited. So I will put that in the room or in the Etsy shop tomorrow. Let me get that. The last little bits. Do I have to use clamps with? No, I literally will just hold them together because this is like pretty much all glued up already. You could use clamps, but I would just use little tiny ones. I like to hold it like it is. It's all glued. I like to hold it because then it doesn't shift on me. I've had a lot of things like I go to put them down and I'm not a very good one with putting the books on the top, you know, or something like that, because it always shifts underneath. And then I come back and I'm like, oh man, it's all, and once it sets, it's done. You guys, it is done. So that's our stand. Here it is unfinished. The other one, a new one, just slips right in and you are ready to go. You can put Tiny Town on it, the stitch cards, some of these guys, more than likely, you know, if you want to put a few, like 3 seasons together. So you've got like, you know, the quarters of the year, I suppose it would be. But that's it. So thank you for indulging as I built that for you to see. All right. Last week, and like I said, that'll be in the shop. If you have questions about it, please just put them in the comments. I'm working really hard to read through the comments. I have to go back and catch up on some from the summer I missed because it just got kind of out of hand. But so far, I feel like I'm caught up and I'm reading through all your comments. So there are questions in there. I'm trying to answer your questions there if I can, or I'll answer them here in the live. Last week, our giveaway was for a Witch Beulah chart, the floss on the dials for Witch Beulah, because I had plenty of extra, and I don't know, I think you can get her on this. It might be kind of tight, but I had a piece of the fabric that I had dyed using the paint. It's 14 count. I had some that I think she'll fit on, so I'm just throwing it in. So you have that too. And the winner for this was Peppa Volpe. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Is it Peppa? Peppa Volpe. I'm going to type it in the description box, but congratulations, because you got the whole set, and I'm super excited about that. This week's giveaway that I'm going to do will be for the small frame and because we've got charts now, so I want to throw some charts in every now and then to the giveaways, so I'm going to do this together. The December 9 patch, this little set, and why not? And a little floss flower, and I'll put the floss for the December 9 patch on there. So that this set will be this week's giveaway, and I would like you to use the word ornament in the description box below, because that's what I will use to search for. I do need to have you be 18 or older, I believe, because now these are not just PDFs or gift certificates. I'm actually mailing something to your home. So 18 or older, and please like the video, and if you haven't, I'd love it if you would subscribe to the channel. That will be this week's giveaway. So ornament in the description, and I will take a few minutes if you guys had any questions. Oh, hi, did I say your name right? Good, she's here. Hello, yes, you won. Email me to info@141designcompany.com, your address, and I can pop that in the mail this afternoon. Because I've got it all just ready and waiting for you. So congratulations. I think Granny Stitcher says she loves making ornaments. The ornament project is going to be hilariously fun. I'm excited. You'll end up with 10 finished ornaments if you get through all of them, and you can make something. And again, it's going to be your own stitching, your own designs. We will give you inspiration, but you should have 10 that you can, gift out to people or on your own trees this year. So that'll be fun. Oh, great. I'm glad I pronounced it right. So I'm going to sign off and get back to work on this little ditty so that I can get it listed for you guys if you're interested in getting one of these. And I just appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for putting up with the crazy, because today it did get a little bit crazy. Have a good afternoon, guys.